it's still kind of rough. Although it looks okay. It's kind of rough, but it's not bad. Need to maximize this. Full screen it. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining me today. It just works. I'm just testing the visual quality. I think I figured out a way to make it look halfway decent. I'm just double checking. That actually looks pretty good. There is some artifacting, but it's not terrible. And I'll just have to make sure... Well, I mean, I'm not going to be doing any gameplay, but the next time I do gameplay, I'll just have to make sure that it's well lit. Because there's some... Yeah, there's just a little bit of... Just when there's a lot of motion, it just kind of gets blurry. But then when it slows down, it's not bad. I'm gonna see if I can make it even better. See, the bitrate seems to be around 1300 is the max. Anything more than that, and it's kind of a bit much. That would be too much for it to handle. I'm preset for quality. Variable bitrate. Just to give it a little wiggle room here. I wonder what low latency quality. Max quality. That's probably a terrible idea. We'll see how that does. If that messes everything up, then so be it. We'll have to switch back to the other one. See how that does. It's about the same. Yeah, that seems to be about the same when I move around. And it seems to be best when there's a lot of light. It's not as obvious. It still blurs. And I wish it would look as good as it does on my screen, but that's just simply not possible. So I'll switch back to quality. Actually, I'm going to test low latency quality just to see what that does. Just to see if that makes it even absolutely god-awful. And if it looks the same, then we'll stick with that. Oh, Skyrim just crashed. Legendary hates being alt-tabbed. I'll use Special Edition. His Special Edition doesn't mind being alt-tabbed. Gotta wait for everything to load. And that Skyrim, when Skyrim crashing doesn't count toward the crash counter. I haven't really started the mod development yet. Yeah, well, let's load Frostfruit in. Oh, geez. It is really choppy. Or maybe it was, but... I don't know if it's...
Would you like to buy a lady a drink?
If you need a meal or room, I've got both.
Well, it's only...
I only take real coin. No handouts and no barter. That fool son of mine, Harold, wants to be an adventurer. A good-natured lad, but he's got no idea how dangerous the world really is.
Alright, well, I think... switch it back to... Let's try quality. And just see how it looks. Yeah, quality seems to be the best option. There's still some artifacting, but there's not that much artifacting. And it seems to be about the same as the other ones. So I think I'll stick with that. Yeah, it's less blurry. Quality seems to be the best option. It's like mid-range between... I can't get rid of the blur entirely, but max quality, my guess is max quality is more resource intensive, and quality just generally gives it a better look. Low latency quality seems to have a lot of hiccups with it, so I'm not going to bother with that. Okay, we're going to open creation kit. Yes. Thank you. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Chansey is obviously disturbing, and the general disorganization that I have here, I know that that's frustrating to a lot of people, but that's just the way I work. My mind locks up if I try to, like, organize. I can organize things, and sometimes I do, but... I just... Yeah, at work, it's almost the same, but I dump everything into my documents folder. It's the least of my concerns, having a cluttered desktop. I have bigger fish to fry and more important things to worry about. Oh yeah. If you hope you enjoy the archive, definitely hope you enjoy the archive, but to temper your expectations, definitely don't expect it to be like Legacy of the Dragonborn. It's sort of, it's different. It is definitely different. But I think it turned out really well. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It was a lot of work. But everything will display. So pretty much everything has a display. Yeah. I don't mind if people talk about Legacy of the Dragonborn. I think the thing that bugged me was sometimes people... Legacy of the Dragonborn was a big hit. And I understand why... Yeah, exactly. Compatibility win. People were begging for compatibility. Like, they wanted me to make patches for everything. And Legacy of the Dragonborn kind of... It goes against what Relics of Hyrule is about. Legacy of the Dragonborn completely transforms how you play Skyrim. And it's just huge. Relics of Hyrule is huge, but Relics of Hyrule is designed to sort of weave in with Skyrim. Legacy of the Dragonborn just kind of like eclipses Skyrim in a way that I don't agree with. And people just kept bugging me about Legacy of the Dragonborn. And when I was working on the archive, people kept saying, oh, you should do this like Legacy of the Dragonborn does. And I kept thinking, well, if I just copy Legacy of the Dragonborn, what is the point of doing my own museum? I would just have, like, if I'm here to... If the archive was meant to be a copy of Legacy, it would have just been better to make a patch. I didn't want to make a patch, I wanted to do my own thing, and Legacy of the Dragonborn does things that I don't agree with, and wouldn't fit with Skyrim anyway. Long story short, I don't want to get too worked out of shape. It's irrelevant now. Yeah, if you have a... if you want Relics of Hyrule to be harder, like, that's a mod compatibility thing. There's nothing that I can do for that. Like, if you wanted me to change Legacy of the... Relics of Hyrule's difficulty, that would alienate people who don't have all those mods. And yeah, Creation Kit takes a long time to load because Relics of Hyrule has a 20 meg ESP, and I am not going to worry about it. I have bigger things to worry about. It's loaded now, so who cares? Alright. My goal is to finish... the Hall of Memories Ruins sector. So I am going to open the pictograph spreadsheet that I have to keep track of things. Well, it's flagged as an ESM. It's not an actual ESM. It's still an ESP, but it's loaded like it's an ESM. There we go. Okay. This is almost done. I have everything placed. I just have to make some sort of final touches, and I only have so here is the spreadsheet. I have to do False God Passage, which I'll do first, so that this whole section is done. And then I do Kakariko Village, and the associated displays was that. So it's almost done. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 displays left. So it's definitely getting very close. Very, very close. Oh, Mad God Passage. I love Mad God Passage so much. I think that's one of my crowning achievements in creating Relics of Hyrule. Ooh, that does not look pretty. Should add a dirt mound. Do we have a dirt mound? Yes. I don't want to see this. Oh, the steamed hams. Back with the steamed hams. Hope you're prepared for an unforgettable stream thing. Actually, I should use this. Truth be told, I never tire of steamed hams. It's just classic. It's an undying meme of epic proportions. Oof, oof, that's not good looking. We're gonna move this along. Mad God Passage is easily the troll dungeon. It is the dungeon that does... It actively, like, messes with you. Ooh, I need to add a ceiling, too. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. That is... Freezing Caves. And I think I should add... a little of this. Lock that off so no one can access it. Yeah, Creation Kit, it gets the job done. It's definitely not a perfect tool, but it gets the job done. And it's like the only way to build areas. I mean, you could build something blind with X-Edit. Okay, that should all be good, hopefully. I do need to... Okay, this is freezing caves. Freezing caves